Look at the GOAT on the cover. No way Ikimoto finna let me down. This gotta be a good one. And it starts with Inojin flirting with Hima and bringing her favorite honey that's always sold out. And don't think I don't know what you doing, boy. This the oldest trick in the book. You lucky your mom is Ino, or I would not support this behavior you got going on. But if it means I get to see her on page more, you go ahead and keep doing what you doing. Even though this could just be you paying her back for literally saving your life. But I don't think so. I know the game. And so it causes Hima to tell him he done made her day, looking as happy as can be, while he got this dumb look on his face, like he regretting ever coming over here, before he goes walking away. But as he's walking, he notices something just staring him down. This turns out to be none other than Filbert, posted up watching a level 1 Riz attempt. And because of this, we hear a voice from it saying it has several questions for him, or rather, things he'd like to confirm. Such as him having a little crush on Hima that immediately gets his dumb ass blushing like it wasn't obvious. Who randomly goes out and buys rare honey for somebody, bro? Come on now. Then pulling up to her crib when she's by herself? I know your game, buddy. You're sick. But because of this, Filbert asks if Enojin wants to protect Hima. To which he says, of course. I mean, that is his crush. Who wouldn't want to protect their crush? Especially when that never goes wrong. Right? And so now Enojin gets curious, wanting to know more, making Filbert tell that if he does, then to come with him. And without saying a word, they poof away to what appears to be a hideout, where he looks over to see Caution Koji himself over here posted up, just chilling too. And since this is the first time they've met, he introduces himself, before also telling them that this place does not have an exit. So if he wanted to recreate Justin Bieber and Diddy, there ain't nothing he can do about it. But luckily, a clone of Jiraiya would never do anything like that. Especially when the young lord himself is in the building. And also posted up nonchalantly, per usual. Bro is like the new Jin Madara, he has to be stopped. But he tells Inojin when they finish talking, he'll send them back. As we now go to check on Jura and Hidari, who are still posted up on this cube from like 3 chapters ago. As Hidari is still side-eyeing bro, since I guess the ick hasn't went away yet. Until we zoom in and see Jura over here shedding tears like the nice and sensitive guy he is. Making Hidari ask what the freak is that on his face. And for whatever reason, this freak Mamushi over here smirking like this some kind of kink of his. Just enjoying it as Jura wipes away the tears. Before explaining the novel he's reading is what has touched his heart. Causing Hidari to remember that not too long ago, he cried over Matsuri as well. But that was her reaction from her interaction with Konohamaru that even had a glimpse of love. And speaking of love, we see the freak down here looking at some Playboy magazines, knowing his ugly ass cannot handle all that. And I knew he couldn't be trusted, bro. Now I see why he just so happened to choose to go after Eida. You are not fooling me. But anyway, Jura explains he's gained his tears from Matsuri, and knowing that it may make people not see him as a real man, he asks if it's icky. To which Hidari says no, it's intriguing. And if it's intriguing, that pretty much means he finna turn into some whore with like 6 baby mamas. And he already got Sasuke DNA, so it actually make perfect sense. But regardless, Jura says that this is still not enough for him to fully understand and control love. Making Mamushi finally say something about how he thinks he understands why he instinctually chose Eida as his target. And of course, it's because he wants to devour her. Damn freak. But not just to eat her, but for control and to take her genetic information. And I have an idea of what he means by this, but if you couldn't tell by now, he has zero good intentions. As he says he doesn't care about love, he just wants to thrive as a species, potentially hitting at some expanding of their population, if you catch my drift. And of course, Jura finds this interesting. Even saying it might not be a bad way to learn more about love. But it don't sound like they want to learn about love. It sounds like they trying to make it. But we not entertaining that right now, as we go to see the tough Hokage cape with actual flames on it, as Shikamaru gets a call from Koji, making him instantly ask who gave him his number, letting Koji explain that it's Inojin helping him out and the call is off the books. But Shikamaru says he got way too much going on right now to talk, especially with the elder summoning him. To which Koji says that's exactly what he's calling about, because he might just lose his job as Hokage. But at this point, who else could even be Hokage, bro? And I'ma just put it out there, if it ain't Tsunade, I don't care. Except seeing Kakashi would be kinda tough. But outside of that, who you gonna do? Konohamaru? Tintin? Rock Lee? Okay, buddy. But Shikamaru, of course, doesn't like what Koji's insinuating. And since Koji actually doesn't want Shikamaru packed up, he offers to help as much as he can. But that's when Shikamaru starts opening the door, and to his surprise, it's more than just the elders in here. We got the bum, the old bum, and whoever the freak Kobu is. But I can already tell, I do not like him. But he does greet him as Lord 8th before correcting himself. Instead, interim Hokage, leaving Shikamaru to ask what is he doing here, making that old bitch chime in saying it's about the mission they just arbitrarily carried out in the sand, which catches Konohamaru by surprise. As Kobu says, he's here as an observer, since Daimon doesn't trust him as being a Kage, meaning they might have to talk about more than just cutting the budget. So this leads to Shikamaru starting up his defense, reiterating that the Shinju are a threat right now. And while dealing with them, they gained intel and therefore comprised the mission based on said intel. And being nosy, Koharu asks what exactly was his intel, knowing that she has absolutely zero chance to affect anything whatsoever. And knowing this, Koji reminds Shikamaru that they can't know about his ability. And being a straight up guy, he just tells him that he can't reveal his sources, of course surprising him, as he continues to explain that even though the intel wasn't a certainty, that he had to take the risk, and also accept the responsibility in case it failed. And of course, they don't care about that, because all they want to know is who is this source, and it better not be Boruto, who Koharu apparently has heard may even be rubbing elbows with the Shinju. And I'm sorry bro, but look at this lady's face! She can't even open her eyes. How is she able to dictate a village, bro? Her mouth literally looks like Uranus. And it makes sense because it ain't nothing but shit coming out of it. Like, bro, she has to go. Even saying Boruto has this sick almighty plan to give the Leaf false intel to destroy it from within. Like, lady, do you hear yourself? I guess not. Your ears must be closed too. But why would he even do that? Why would somebody murk a village's Kage, then try to get revenge for getting kicked out of the village because they murked the Kage? That literally makes zero sense. And also, are you not the same person who literally wanted an entire clan packed up within the village? And hearing this blasphemy, Konohamaru steps in, telling him that Boruto literally saved his life while they were on this mission. And instead of being understanding, they immediately just assume he's on Boruto's side. Like, these don't even care what's going on, bro. They just want to hate on somebody. The same way they did with Naruto. No reasoning whatsoever, just straight 1930s reasoning. When all Konohamaru wants to do is hear Boruto out. And that gets these pissed, saying Boruto don't deserve nothing but death. And at this point, there ain't even no reason to argue. And Nakobu saying that even if the mission was a success, it don't matter if there's someone in the village in cahoots with the ops. Quickly putting Shikamaru under pressure because he is indeed the most guilty one of that out of everybody. But instead, he tells Sai to take Konohamaru in for questioning, along with everyone else who's been in contact with Boruto, even connecting the dots on how Boruto was really able to escape custody, saying that he must have had help and that he will find him. So now everybody's nervous, and realizing he just got caught right in the middle of it, Koji reminds Inojin that he is not safe no more either. But besides that, Koji asks Boruto if the situation with Momo has been resolved, making Boruto try that nonchalant junk again that Koji is not going for. And in typical emo teenage fashion, Boruto do not care, because he doesn't agree with Koji holding out on these inconvenient details. And they got Enojin feeling like a single child watching his parents argue right now. As Koji explains, he just took the best chances he had at Sarada awakening her Mangekyo, and Boruto don't even care no more. Leading us back to Shikamaru, who's still free but under the impression that he's next after Konohamaru, before Koji tells him that in about 1 week, the freak elite Mamushi is gonna pop up in the village and go after Eida, even saying that he's gonna tell Shikamaru what his abilities are. And speaking of Eida, we see her asking when are Sarada and Sumire gonna come clean and confess their love, making them already start to sweat, realizing she was eavesdropping the whole time. As Sarada says she's not gonna tell him right now, and Sumire says she may accidentally blurt it out, putting all the pressure on Sarada. Just look at her, she know it too. Even got Eida looking as happy as ever, seeing that she got her own personal Love Island show going on right now. And since they're on the subject, now Eida poses the question, are they not captivated by her? But before they answer, they both look over at Damon, posted up just waiting for them to say the wrong thing. And this tough ass jacket, I must say, making their conversation with Shikamaru come flooding back, realizing that they might be cooked. As Eida says, because if they were, ain't no way they'd be able to talk about loving someone else in front of her. This is not an open relationship. So after a quick look at each other, Damon gets off the wall, making Sarada quickly bring out that mangekyo, as Damon comes flying to and past both the girls before grabbing both of their necks from the back. Ayo! Before he asks if she just tried to do something with that mangekyo, because even if she did, it won't matter if she's dead first. Ugh! I've been waiting to see bro in action for so long, it's about damn time. I'm just worried that either Eida go tell him to stop, or Koji and Boruto already know this is gonna happen. Because if Mamushi's coming in a week, that means Eida is still gonna be alive. But it doesn't mean Damon has to be. So maybe Sarada packs him up. Or maybe Sumire actually does something. Who knows? But the fact he thinks Sarada tried to use an ability and yet it didn't seem to reflect on her is intriguing. So we will be there.